What Makes the Perfect Husband? Chapter 3. The Quiet She Made.
Stephen's point of view. There's a noise that lives inside me. I never told anyone about it, never had anyone to tell, and even if I did, I wouldn't know how to explain it. It's not a sound exactly, more like a frequency, a hum that sits behind my teeth, in the base of my skull, constant, the way the refrigerator hums, and you only notice it when it stops. It doesn't stop. It didn't stop when I left Cedar City. It didn't stop when I signed the papers on the Avenue house and stood in the empty living room with dust on every surface and thought, this is where I'll be different. It didn't stop when I started at the plant or when I fell into the rhythm of working with my hands all day and coming home to a house that was slowly, stubbornly becoming something beautiful under my grip. The noise has been with me as long as I can remember. Since I was a kid, lying in bed listening to my dad's boots on the kitchen floor and my mom's breathing through the wall, and the particular silence that fills a house where no one knows how to say what they mean. Since I was 15, and she was gone, and something inside me broke so clean it didn't even bleed. It just went quiet in one place and loud in another. I learned to live with it, the way you live with the bad knee, or a scar that pulls when the weather changes. You build around it. You get good at building. And then I walked into a bakery and sugar house because the sign on the window said flour and fold, and I liked the name. And dark hair falling out of a messy bun stepped onto the sidewalk and said,
Hey, we're open if you're interested.
and the noise stopped. Just like that, mid-sentence, mid-hum, mid-everything. Like someone had reached inside my chest and turned a dial I didn't know existed. I stood there on the sidewalk in the cold and looked at this woman, this stranger, and the inside of my head was so still I almost didn't recognize it. I didn't know what to do with that. I'm still not sure what's due. Her name is Bethany, and she likes lavender lattes and sourdough bread and talks about her baking like it's something holy. She has brown eyes that go warm when she laughs, and a scattering of freckles across her nose that I wanted to count the first time I saw them. She's short, maybe 5'4". She carries herself like someone who's been underestimated her whole life and then decided to be everything they said she couldn't. She smells like flour all the time, even at dinner, even after she's changed and put on lip gloss, that green top that made it hard to think straight. Her hands still smell like flour and sourdough and something underneath that's just her. I told her that after, in a text because I couldn't say it to her face without my voice doing something I didn't want it to do. She texted back,
You noticed my hands?
yeah, I noticed her hands. I noticed everything about her. The way she tucks her hair behind her left ear when she's nervous. The way she laughs before she means to, like the joy catches her off guard. The way she talked about her father at dinner, the mechanic with the cracked hands, could hear in her voice that he's the measuring stick she holds every man against. The way she talked about sealing the floors of her bakery at 2 a.m, alone, crying, and I thought, she built something with her bare hands in the dark, and it scared her and she did it anyway. I understand that kind of building. I understand in ways I've never been able to explain to her. She grew up on the west side. She told me that like she was testing me, like she wanted to see if I'd flinch. I didn't, because I grew up in a house where the carpet was stained and the fridge hummed too loud and my mother coughed through the walls that were too thin to hold anything private. I know what it means to come from a place that doesn't look like much. I know what it costs to leave. I kissed her on Friday night under the streetlight in Sugar House, and where her mouth opened against mine, her fingers grabbed the front of my jacket and pulled. The noise didn't just stop. It went somewhere else entirely, somewhere I'd never been, like a room I didn't know my head had. And it was quiet in there and warm, and she was the door. And never felt that before. I need to be careful with that. Not because I don't want it. I want it so badly my hands shake when I think about her. My hands don't shake. They've never shaken in years. I'm steady. I'm careful. I am the version of myself that I've built piece by piece the way I built a table or a shelf or a house, with patience and precision and the understanding that one wrong cut ruins the whole thing. But she makes me want to be careless. She makes me want to drop every tool I'm holding and just stand still and let her look at me. Really look and believe what she sees is all there is. I want to be the man she sees when she looks at me. I sat in my truck in the parking lot after I watched her drive away on Friday night, and I pressed my hands flat against the steering wheel, held them there until they stopped trembling. The cab smelled like her faintly, flour and something sweet. I breathed it in and closed my eyes, and the house was waiting for me at the top of the hill, dark and half-finished, and for the first time since I'd bought it, I didn't want to go back there alone. She's coming over tomorrow. She said yes when I asked. Said it fast, like the word came out before she could think about it, and I liked that. I liked that I made her react before her brain caught up. I liked the way the words sounded in her mouth, quick and sure. I want to cook for her. I want her to see the porch, the way the valley opens up at sunset, the view I stand in every evening with my hands on the railing, and the sky going orange and pink over the lake. I want to watch her face when she sees it. I want to know if she'll look at this half-finished house the way she looked at her bakery before it opened, like something terrifying and beautiful, and she chose it anyway. I want to show her the kitchen I'm renovating, the countertops I poured myself, the cabinets I built by hand. I want to watch her run her fingers over the wood the way she ran her fingers over the sealed floors of flour and fold. And I want her to know that I understand what it means to make something from nothing, to take raw material and shape it into something that lasts. I want her to see what I'm capable of building tomorrow. She'll be here tomorrow. I sat in my truck for a long time. The steering wheel was cold under my palms, and the noise was gone, completely gone, and the silence felt like standing in a cathedral, fast and sacred and full of something I didn't want a name for. She did something to me. That woman with the flour on her hands, and the freckles, and the laugh that catches her off guard. She walks onto a sidewalk and said 5 words and rewired something fundamentally in the agriculture of who I am. I don't know what to do with that yet, but I know I'm not letting go.
End of chapter 3. Here's some bloopers again. Nobody's told me if they don't like them. Um, they're just little things this time, thankfully. Thank you. Subscribe, comment. I hope you enjoy. Or when I fell into a rhythm, or when I fell into the rhythm, the way she ran her fingers over the sealed floor of